Hello everyone, welcome for this new episode of the ESO News. Today we are the 20 December 2017 and this is the very last episode of the year.
So not a great deal to talk about, guys, but we've got a couple of topics that we'd like to bring to your attention. The first one you may be well aware of. It's regarding the New Life Festival. So that started on the 14th of December and will continue to run all the way through to January the 2nd. For those of you that took part last year, not a great deal has changed, with a few exceptions, which we'll get into in a moment. But for those that are new to the event, the New Life Festival has you travel all over Tamriel, taking part in traditional New Life activities, and each race has their own tradition. In addition to these short, fun quests, there are also rewards, of course. For the most part, these are the same as last year. However, most rewards are now available in memento form, in addition to the consumables that were available last year. This means that if you're lucky, you can get a new memento which will never run out. Other rewards include Sky Changer motif and style items, furniture, many different fun consumables like fire breathing and dagger juggling, and lastly but not least, anyone who takes part will also receive a collectible mead from Breda, which gives you an XP boost for 2 hours. Will be usable for the entire length of the event, so you can use it all the way up to January the 2nd. So even if you don't really feel like taking part in the New Life Festival, if you're looking to get some XP gains, get the collectible and start earning some extra XP.
Yes, and in the last ESO Live they give some explanation about the change they were making. So the New Life Festival has been the second seasonal event organized by ZeniMax last year, just after the Witch Festival. And in this one they had several points that were a little bit annoying. Like for instance, before last year you were forced to go to Breda to drink from the big barrel to have you buff, and that was annoying players to have to go back all the time, and I guess it was also giving too much traffic to the area, so maybe it was draining the server. So this year they have changed it in a memento that you can keep later. Like Nicky just explained, of course it will not give you the boost after the event, but you will still have the memento. If you do not have the drunk personality, you will be glad to have that one. They also explained they were trying to make traveling more easy, because it's an event where you really need to go in each zone, and if you're a new player or if you're playing with a new character, you do not have a teleport or a way shrine to every of those zones, so they have organized boats and cariots and whatever to help you to transport yourself. Otherwise, the best is to, of course, team up with a friend that has all the way shrine, or to transport yourself to a guildie if you have a lot of guilds.
One last thing to mention, in addition to completing the quest, it obviously comes with a bunch of achievements as well, which I believe unlock titles, possibly die too. I'm not sure if you can die, but titles for sure, I think.
I think you have a die. And what is new this year is that with the achievement you can purchase furniture, 2 furniture to be precise, to the furniture shop.
And there are extra achievements that require you to go above and beyond the standard quest requirements. So keep an eye on the achievements if that's something you want to get.
Yes, indeed. For instance, the fishing one, instead of fishing 3 one of each fish, you need to have 5 of each fish for the achievement.
Yep.
Voila, that's all for the New Life Festival. Now let's speak about this M.Firor interview.
So this was brought to our attention by Inklings, actually, in a stream earlier this week. M.Firor recently had an interview about... there wasn't a great deal of detail in there, guys, but there were some interesting tidbits that we want to share with you. But it was generally just talking about ESO, what's happened since launch, where it's going, kind of thing. And there's some interesting information that we would like to share with you, get your thoughts on.
Yes, indeed. So the first thing is that everyone knows it has been announced ZeniMax has reached 10 million players, but it's not 10 million players that plays together in the same time. So it's very important, because when World of Warcraft were releasing its number, or when Final Fantasy released its number, is the number of current players that are paying their subscription and are supposed to be active. In ESO, it's more 10 million of players that has played the game once, not currently. So that's make the big difference with the monthly average of 2.5 million players, which is quite a lot, of course, but it's not as big as it is for some other game. It's also important to note that it covered 3 platforms: PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and it's 6 mega server in all.
So yeah, so it's, as I say, 10 million accounts created, so to speak, that have played at least once. 2.5 million average monthly players. But it would be interesting to know how many of those are actually subscribers, but I guess we'll never find that information out. One of the other interesting pieces of information is not much to go on, but it was interesting to know at least. Matt did mention that the team at ZeniMax has the next 2 years of DLC already planned and in the works, so to speak. So it's nice to know that they're thinking that far ahead, and I'm kind of really would like to know what they have planned, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there was also giving more explanation about the chapter system, which is this form of in-between expansion and DLC that you have to purchase separately. And something that really interested me in this interview is M.Firor underlined the fact that this game is also made for console player, and console player are not the same public than PC player. And I think I'm guilty myself to think from the standpoint and the point of view of a PC gamer. So I have my expectation, my little habits, how it works usually, what a MMORPG should be, what a Elder Scroll game is, how communities are working, you know, all that kind of stuff. And console players are something completely different. It's a different public. So the game is very much adapted to console, but also from selling point of view. So this kind of chapter works well for a console because it's a new box. Even M.Firor said that in Europe particularly it is work very well, because in United States and Canada people tend to download more, while in Europe people are still attracted by the boxes. This is something that surprised me. I had no idea there was a difference in that regard. So for a console player and also PC to have this box to be able to purchase the game and have a new chapter, so it's like almost a new game. You buy Maureen, you start with a new character, you have the tutorial, you have the story, and if you want to finish, it's okay, it's fine. You don't need to do the rest of the game if that doesn't interest you. And I really didn't saw this under that point of view, and I find it very interesting. So it's always nice to read interviews about the developers because they open a new perspective on things.
Yeah, I find the whole boxed versus downloadable thing interesting too, because to me it makes absolutely no sense buying a boxed version of an MMO, because you know the minute you put that disc in, you're gonna have to download like 50 gigabytes of updates and patches, you know. But yeah, it's interesting for sure. I mean, I understand what you're saying with regards to them unifying the game across all platforms and making it a middle ground that accommodates every player no matter what they're playing on. And you know, from a business perspective, from a financial perspective, that makes sense. It's one version of the truth, one version of the game that they, you know, roll out across all platforms. But from a, I don't know, from a longevity standpoint, it does concern me a little, if I'm honest, because we always say that the PC game is far too easy, and I've wondered if that was anything to do with them having to dumb it down for console and controllers specifically, not console players but controller use, because it's obviously far less accurate. And if that is what is the cause for it, then it worries me, and I kind of feel that, you know, they've got 3 distinct platforms, they should be tailored to that platform. Yeah,
I understand, and I think it's true because in a different interview, M.Firor also said that the population on each platform were kinda equal, which mean as you have two different console, that you have the double of console player. Which means that console market is more important than the PC market, and this is again not something we pay attention to or think of. I think when we are a PC gamer, and we have always been PC gaming, and yes, obviously the game is adapted for console. When they say they collect data, and it's because of this data they change the difficulty of the game, it obviously have a major effect. If you have a lot of console player that are not always, can I say, aware of how to play. In this interview, M.Firor just explained that he speak about a player that only played GTA, and it was the first time he played a game like Elder Scrolls. So you may have players that have never seen a game like this, or players that are very new, maybe a teenager that's just 12, he receives his Xbox with Elder Scroll game and it's the first time he play. So all those players will play in the data, and we know that console player are not the same public than PC gamer. Not having any judgment over that, but I think that while you will have pro players on the console, obviously, you may also have more kind of casual family person, you know, you play with your son or whatever, and that might decrease the statistic, and so the developer have to adapt the difficulty for those kind of player, which are even more casual than a casual PC gamer, if you see my point.
And Ricky, just to be clear, we're not talking about graphical changes, you know, them making the PC version look worse. We're talking about actual gameplay and mechanics now, not so much the visuals of the game. But yeah, you know, they claim to have all these metrics, all this data, which I'm sure they do. I don't think they're lying on that point. But I think it would be nice if they were transparent with them. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't share that information, you know, just so that we can see it in black and white too.
But it's maybe to not fuel the war between PC master race and console PC and stuff, kind of thing.
Well, I mean, they don't. No, it's not. I mean, I don't care who's playing it on what.
Of course.
I'm more interested about the difficulty data that they're referring to. You know, I'd like to see their stats for that, and you know, and how they calculate it. But yeah. Tam, you're right in that it is obviously more difficult if you don't use champion points, but even then it's not hard at all. I mean, we played Morrowind without any champion points on purpose, and it was still easy. But you know.
It's not easy enough for me to leave Stros Makai yet. I'm the next level casual, say Ramak. Ramak, I'm not sure. Yes, it's because of Ramak. You see? Is reading all the data. Every time he's logging in, oh my god, this player is even not capable of killing a mud crab.
Yeah, and with your you mentioned that the console base, if you include Xbox and PlayStation together, is probably bigger than PC. Again, another metric or another data set that would be interesting to look at on that is, I suspect that out of the PC players, far more are subscribers than are on console.
Oh yes, I think so, because if I was a console player, I don't think I will want to subscribe so much, because I will have to pay for my console
Live
subscription and stuff like that. It will be a little bit costly. I really need to be a fan, and if I'm really a console player, maybe I switch too much in between different games, and I don't really know how console players are working and how from a community point they are, but I guess it's not the same sort of... when you purchase a PC, and I guess that you're more invested into things because you put more money, more resource, you use your PC not just for gaming but also for others, working, whatever. It's a different approach, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to make any judgment.
No, it's
so-
completely speculation. We could be wrong. This is just my gut instinct tells me, and I don't know why, but my gut instinct tells me that more people on PC subscribe to ESO Plus than on console. But in a similar vein, it wouldn't surprise me if more people on console buy crowns than on PC.
Oh, we have a nice opinion here. Marhev saying, on console I pretty much need to sub because managing your inventory is a pain on console. So the double space is so very useful. Yeah, that may be.
Yeah, like I say, these are information I would find super interesting. I suspect we'll never find out, which is a shame. But yeah, it's interesting nonetheless.
So now we are all waiting for the road ahead post in the starting of the year that M.Firor is usually publishing in the first week of January. It will be interesting to see which next DLC we are waiting for, and if they will announce already the chapter or will wait a big convention like E3, no, PAX East. I think it's PAX East the first one, and that's in March. In March, that will be really short. Yeah, but they can do that. Announce it in PAX East, and then you have it will be like in 2 weeks you will be on PTS, and then you can test. This is something possible.
So that's about it really for the news this week, guys. There's not a lot going on. As Elloa mentioned, we were I was hoping that the Road Ahead letter would be posted before we did this news, but alas, it's not to be. So I guess, well, first of all, is anybody in this chat actually interested in a mud crab giveaway? Because I think we've given away a lot of them, and maybe there's not too many people that want them anymore.
Do we have? I want to see emotes in the chat if you want a mud crab. Otherwise, we will keep those mud crab for next year.
We have, we have a couple. We're out of Xbox ones though, unfortunately. We have a couple of PC ones, and we have PlayStation 4 ones. We also do have another giveaway. Maybe we could do that on the 12-hour stream or something for Christmas.
Yes.
You can give that on your Christmas stream as a Christmas gift. So.
Yes, that will be the Christmas gifts.
Okay, so yeah, so we have some crabs, guys. If anybody is interested in a crab, the reason I'm asking before we just do the giveaway is sometimes not many people enter, so makes me believe that everybody's mud crabbed out a little, perhaps.
Yeah.
But while we're waiting, does anybody have any questions for us? You love you some mud crabs?
Oh, we have one person interested.
I'll put the giveaway up. If anybody wants to vote on it, go for it. If anybody wants a Rufus mud crab, it's a limited edition mud crab, guys.
It doesn't hurt.
Yeah. So I'll do the giveaway now. If anybody wants it, they can just do it, and that's fine. Mud crab. I need to get a nice picture too.
You don't remember how to join a giveaway. First of all, you need to be on a browser on PC. You cannot do that on mobile. I'm so sorry. For now, the extension on Twitch are not working on mobile. So you see in the corner at the opposite of my finger, you will find the logo Elloa and Nicky, and on that there's a little icon. And you can click on that. It will ask you to log in Streamlab. It really doesn't take much time, and then you can participate. Thank you so much for the follow. It's very nice of you. I appreciate. Mud crab, mud crab, crabby mud crab.
I'm sorry. I'm looking for.
Well, time crisis will be interesting because it seems that one Tamriel will be discussed in the next Time Out from Tamriel with Delta and Citric episode. Yes, super, thank you. Hello, good evening to you too. Hi, it's so nice of you to always support us with bits. Really sweet of you.
Yeah, you'll have to show us how you get all those bits, because we could probably do that.
I think it's only open to United States, you know.
Oh, no. Alright, well, the mud crab giveaway is up, guys, so if anybody wants the mud crab, go knock yourself out.
Yes. And meanwhile, you can just, ask us any sort of question about the game, the event, the news, or the stream, you know, anything, like usual. And then we will be preparing the event. We are doing the last trial event with viewers tonight, so you're very welcome if you want to participate. It's open on the European Mega Server on PC, and it's open to anyone. You just need to have access to the Thief skill, because we are going to M.Firor cache.
What is this? As soon as I decide not to do a mud crab giveaway, we have 6 entries.
You see, that's exactly what we need to do. I am sure you don't want it.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah.
No, guys, you don't want this mud crab. This mud crab isn't for you.
Exactly.
Alright, well, we'll leave that running for a few minutes and stuff. I guess we can, in like 5 or 10 minutes, we can start getting the group together. Did you want to take a break and run an ad or 2 or something before we start, or do you want to wait a bit?
Okay, so you want to end the ESO News Live? We are finishing it now?
Oh, do you want to wait until the giveaway, actually?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, let's wait a little bit.
But not everyone is asking questions, so it might not be very interesting for the people watching it on YouTube. So, guys, thank you so much for watching this ESO News. I hope you enjoy them. You enjoy our little every other week episode where we try to summarize all the news that we can find on internet regarding the Elder Scrolls Online. We are, you know, exploring a forum, community post, various websites, and of course the official news to provide you this. We summarize the ESO live when they happen on Bethesda Twitch TV. And next years we will be continuing to do those every 2 weeks.
So for those of you in the Twitch, don't go anywhere. We're not leaving. We're just we'll be right back in a second, and we're going to do some trials.
Yes, we just conclude this video for YouTube. So anyone on YouTube, thank you so much to have watched this video. Share it with your friend if you enjoy it. Come on the live when we do those events if you can, because it's more fun to interact directly with you. Have a very, very happy holidays. Take care of your loved one, and we will see you soon. Bye.